Hey guys, what's up? I'm Slim and you're watching Slimothy TV. In this video, I have a pretty cool one for you guys. YHE was kind enough to send me out their BP Doctor Fit smartwatch. This is not your run-of-the-mill average smartwatch. This one has the blood pressure functionality built right into it. So in the past, we have actually reviewed another one of YHE's blood pressure watches. And that one in the past, if you guys want to watch it, it's still on our channel. Very cool watch. Still running to this day and working great. Now here is some information on the back. If you guys want to see, this is the gray one, works with iOS and Android. You can see the date of production, the lot number, and the model right there. But we don't care about that. Let's go ahead and crack it open and see what it actually looks like. Very premium feeling box. And let's see, yes, it is kind of like Apple's boxes where it's kind of hard to open, doesn't want to open on its own. It's got a nice suction. And there is the watch itself sitting right in front and center. So let's go ahead and pull that straight out. And on the bottom, you guys can see we have the charging puck right here, kind of reminiscent of Apple's, but you can see the two little magnetic pieces right there. This is USB-A, so take that for what you will. I do wish it was USB-C. Here is the watch itself, and looks like we've got a little booklet in here. Let's see. So yes, we have the user manual as well as, oh, what is this? I think it's a QC Pass sticker. Yes, so this one passed quality control, that is good. And this is how you can kind of size it to get the best sizing for the watch and so that you know which hole to put it in for the most accurate blood pressure reading. I am very happy that they include this here. It gives you some instructions right there on how to actually use it. I think this will definitely help with the accuracy of the blood pressure results because when you get one of these, you know, if you go into a doctor's office, obviously the doctor is going to fit everything properly to you, or at least you hope so. With this, you know, it's kind of up to the user to put it on and make sure it's correct. So let's go ahead, push this all out to the side and take a look at the watch. Here it is up close. Let's peel off this plastic protective piece and take a look at that. And you can see this is a chunkier band. And here is the little bladder that fills up with air to measure your blood pressure. All of the electronics for that are inside of here. And there is the little portion right there where you can charge and your heart rate sensor and all the goodies packed into that right there. They do have these little kind of quick connect bands right there. So it makes it super easy if you need to take it off for some reason. And this is a super soft silicone material right here. So nothing rough, it's just very soft and supple. And the clasp right here is metal. So it feels very high quality, looks like an Apple Watch. If I boot it up here, let's see if it has any juice. Nope, no juice. So I'm gonna have to stick this on the charger. But this is just the first half of the review for the unboxing. I'm gonna go ahead and cut to the next portion of the video where we go over more of the device on and also with the application and show you guys how that works. So let's go to that right now. I have been wearing this for quite some time. I take it on, I take it off. I try to wear it at the same time as my Apple Watch Ultra, just so I can kind of get a feel on what's up with it. So if I just turn it onto the main screen here, this is kind of how I have it set up. 3,867 steps. Today is the 8th, and I've got the heart rate right there with the time. Now on the Apple Watch, if I ask it how many steps I took today, it says 7,000. So there is a bit of a discrepancy there. And the reason I think that that's happening is likely due to the fact that this, when you're taking a walk outside, has better accuracy due to GPS. Let me go ahead, take this off, and I'm going to go over a lot with you guys. So sit back, enjoy, and let's get started. First off, let's talk about the band and the comfort. This is a thick band. I will say that, I mean, there's no two ways around it. I mean, this is where the bladder is that fills up with air that reads your blood pressure, okay? So there has to be this thickness to it, and obviously they wanted to mirror it on both sides, so that's what you get. It is very thick compared to what I like. Obviously, if I had a need to check my blood pressure all the time for whatever reason, this wouldn't really matter. But for day to day, you know, I'd prefer not to have such a thick band, but I understand the technical limitations here. On the back, you guys can see all the different sensors, the charging port. This thing actually holds a charge very well. In fact, today I went out, I usually just wear other watches, like mechanical watches. You guys have probably seen my collection in other videos, but anyways, I went to grab them and, you know, go take a walk and compare, and the Apple Watch was completely dead from just sitting, and it was probably at 50% a couple days ago, and it just sat there. I didn't do anything with it, and it died. This still sitting there, still strong at, what is it at? 41%. I've only charged it once or twice since I've had it, and everything's been working great. In general, if I'm wearing the Apple Watch Ultra, and if I'm wearing this watch right here, this BP Doctor Fit, this will say that I have walked more steps than the Apple Watch will. Reason being, I wore this one on my right wrist and I'm right-handed. So if I'm writing a letter to someone, if I'm typing on a computer using my mouse, I'm using my right hand more. So this is logging those as steps. So just keep that in mind. If I would have wore it on my left wrist, things would probably be a little different. Now, the fact that today's steps are different is because I did take a walk today just to kind of compare, and we're going to take a look at that within the app. So this is the BP Doctor app right here. It's a pretty nice app, actually. I really don't have many complaints with it. It works great. Now, as you can see, I took my blood pressure just recently right before this video as I'm filming a bunch of other videos, and I'm surprised it's not higher for my blood pressure because I'm standing up. It's super hot in here. It's stressful making all these videos, and you're supposed to be sitting down, I think, and be calm, you know, for like 15 minutes before you take your blood pressure. So I'm not concerned with that at all. My SpO2 is pretty good. Heart rate, decent. HRV, no data. I wore this to sleep, I think, just for a couple nights. Let's see, maybe just one night. I typically try not to wear a watch to sleep because I have an Oura ring. I did do it for a couple nights. Here it is. It's like I got 6 hours and 9 minutes on April 23rd. If I look at April 23rd in Oura, it looks like I only got 5 hours and 9 minutes. So it's off by about an hour. Not horrible, but it is what it is. Now I changed this to feet and pounds, but for some reason, it's still giving me my workout as yards. So that's kind of strange. But 25-minute walk sounds about right. Respiratory rate, pressure, stuff like that. Nothing too crazy going on here. Of course, you can go to their little store here and get a bunch of different customized wallpapers for basically the watch face. This is the one that I chose, this watch face, but there's a bunch of other ones in here and you can customize as well. You can go through and change notifications that you want, weather, stuff like that. You can also change the time format, raise to wake for the screen. That's nice. I like it. It works pretty well. No real complaints there. So here is what Apple Health said about my workout. It says it was 0.92 miles. This one said if you convert 1,400 yards, it's like 0.8 miles. So it's a little bit off, but it's not actually that bad for something that wasn't using as much GPS as, you know, this phone was. With my Apple Watch. So it's hard to judge the accuracy off of just one walk there, but that gives you kind of an idea of the range you're looking at. So who's this watch for? This is actually more for just the casual user, maybe someone that's more active and just wants to check their blood pressure every now and then. Obviously, this is just a gadget on your wrist. It's not like going to the doctor where they take it, you know, professionally. But in my experience, it seems to give a pretty good range of, you know, estimates for blood pressure. And I also have another blood pressure monitor that I bought separately. It's not a watch. It's just one of those wrist ones. From my understanding, those are decently accurate, at least in my experience for me. So this seemed to line up pretty well with that one. So overall, I really do like this watch. It's got a lot going for it. Let's go ahead and just swipe through on the screen. So if I swipe to the right, you guys can see the last time I took a blood pressure reading. And here are some of the, you know, rings you can close. Then of course you got the heart rate right here. And then of course sleep records, which you can take a look at. You can scroll through your day basically, and you're back to the beginning. It's very responsive. You guys can see, like, going into settings, you know, you can change anything you want and everything just is instantaneous. It's very nice. You can change the brightness if you'd like. So I can bring it all the way up for YouTube. Now, if I swipe up from the bottom, I can see basically all my text and stuff. So I'm not going to go through too many of these, but it definitely can show those, which is great. It will buzz your wrist for those. So if you guys remember, I actually reviewed YHE's other BP Doctor watch in the past, and that video did pretty well. A lot of you guys liked it. This is kind of just a thinner, less medical grade look to it. It looks more like an Apple Watch, you know, just kind of something on your wrist that's more for the active lifestyle rather than a big, huge, you know, medical band, which they also do have a bigger one. I think it's called the Med. Not entirely sure. You guys can check out their website, but I'm gonna have this one linked down below. I really like it for what it's worth. Super quick and easy. I'll do one blood pressure reading real quick for you guys on camera. Not gonna be accurate because you have to hold it up by your heart, but let's just show you guys. Yeah, so here's the bladder, and I believe, yeah, it's puffing up right now. So that's what goes on your wrist. So this pushes up against your wrist right here. So I'm just gonna cancel this one, but that is, it's basically a little pillow right there. And that's how it gets your blood pressure. So pretty cool little nifty design. I thought I read somewhere that they patented it, so you probably won't see this anywhere else, but I think it's pretty cool. So if you're just looking for an overall health device, I mean, and you're curious about your blood pressure, this is something you might want to look into. Like I said, links to it down below if you want to check it out. Anyways, that's all I got for this one, guys. If you liked it, hit it with a big thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.